Listen, can you hear it? The distant rumble of thunder. A group of gulls playing just above the waves. Rippling canvas made full as the schooner heads out to sea under full sail. A dolphin chattering at the moon. An ocean breeze gently ruffles palm fronds and makes wind chimes sing. It carries the far-off plaintive cry of seabirds and a distant rumble of thunder. Coupled with the ever-constant sound of the sea rolling up on shore. It's a tropical love song that is impossible to deny. Hello once again, I'm Don Jackson, listening as well to the heartbeat of the internet. I thought we might spend a little while at your favorite beach, no matter where it is in the world, the one you travel to in your dreams. Anne Morrow Lindbergh, in Gift from the Sea, wrote, "One should lie empty, open, choiceless as a beach, waiting for a gift from the sea." I too love the beach in summer, although I have also been known to beachcomb during winter on occasion. I've never been enamored of crowded beaches where you feel like you can't stretch out for fear of ending up on someone else's blanket. If that's all that's available to me, I'd much rather travel miles to find one that affords a little privacy. In this age of Big Brother, it may be the only privacy one is afforded anymore. I consider myself something of an accomplished beachcomber. And the words of Anne Morrow Lindbergh seem to speak to me, and maybe they will to you as well. Some excerpts from Lindbergh's Gift from the Sea. One learns, first of all, in beach living, the art of shedding, how little one can get along with, not how much. One does not need a whole closet full, only a small suitcase full, and what a relief it is. Some excerpts from her book to begin, and some personal thoughts that certain beaches inspire. When I'm on a holiday on a beach, say somewhere in the Caribbean, I look forward to wandering off on my own from time to time, scouring the beach for shells and trinkets. I guess secretly, I'm hoping that I'll find treasure washed ashore from a sunken shipwreck. You don't have to travel that far to begin your search for treasure. There are shipwrecks in the Great Lakes, just about any place where there are rivers or large bodies of water, and ship traffic has been known to sail those waters. Before my children were born, my wife and I snorkeled in the warm waters off a major resort in the Caribbean and found our own gift from the sea, left in the reeds in the shallows following a tropical thunderstorm. It was a queen conch shell of tremendous beauty, a perfect specimen to accompany our collection of other delicate shells and treasures the sea has offered up during our travels around the world. We are content to accept whatever the ocean sees fit to send our way. upon a mountain height, far from the sea, I found a shell, and to my listening ear, the lonely thing ever a song of ocean seemed to sing, ever a tale of ocean seemed to tell. Eugene Field from The Wanderer. And Morrow Lindbergh went on to write, one never knows what may toss up, what rare shell from the ocean floor, perhaps a channeled whelk, a moon shell, or even an argonaut. End quote. I'll never forget the first time my daughter walked the beach alongside the ocean. Of course, she had walked the beach along the shoreline of the lake before that trip, but the ocean's edge is so much different. We stayed at the same resort where they filmed the Jim Carrey movie, The Truman Show. It is a resort on the northern panhandle of Florida where Prince Charles owns a residence. We were there during the winter, and it's one of the few areas in Florida where the waters are too cool in winter for a swim. There were occasions when she wandered off to explore this new sensation on her own, with us, of course, a safe distance behind. I think back to the words of Lindbergh. She also predicted the future for my daughter and my son when she wrote, "There are other beaches to explore. There are more shells to find. This is only a beginning." The greatest legacy we can leave our children is happy memories. Those precious moments, so much like pebbles on the beach that are plucked from the sand and placed in tiny boxes that lie undisturbed on tall shelves, until one day they spill out and time repeats itself with joy and sweet sadness in the child, now an adult. Memories, love's best preservative. The words of Og Mandino from The Choice, published by Bantam. My wife asked me if I'd like to go to the beach in the early evening. I begged off because I was putting together this webcast, but I thought after she and my daughter had driven away that it might have really put me in the frame of mind to do this program. How many opportunities do we give up because of interference from work or some other chore? It reminded me of this writing by Daphne Rose Kingma in her book of days, A Garland of Love. She writes, and I quote, "The beautiful things you want to say to the person you love, say them now. The walks you want to take on the beach, but think you don't have time for, take them now. The conversations that come from your heart, the sorrows you need to share, the shoulder you want to offer your sweetheart to cry on. Offer them now. Time is so fast, and life is so short. You and your darling won't be here forever. So long as we're here as human beings loving each other, we need to say the words, have the fun, do the things, give the gifts, open our hearts, console one another. Time isn't forever. Whatever it is, do it now." A few final words from Mary Forcell in this Victoria magazine article. She writes, though she savored solitude, Anne Morrow Lindbergh also cherished the reunion with loved ones at a day's end. Evening is the time for conversation, for sharing, for communication, she wrote. End quote. And again from the book, Lindbergh wrote, I waited far down the beach, soothed by the rhythm of the waves, the sun on my bare back and legs, the wind and mist from the spray on my hair, and then home, full to the brim with my day alone. End quote. Solitude is the precious time we devote to the needs of ourselves. And it makes the return by day's end something to look forward to. To conclude, an excerpt from the Private Time column of the August 1989 issue of Glamour magazine. I think it brings a day at the beach full circle. And I quote, "The perfect spot. Flat, smooth. The sand is still cool. Just out of reach of the incoming tide. The warmth of the sun blankets bare bodies. The sand is soft and wet and malleable between toes that rhythmically burrow in, then smooth back the sand. Foaming waves crash one upon another, tumbling children. Patient warriors, they encroach, then retreat, slowly, steadily making their advance. Gulls gossip and chatter amidst the strains of Top 40, the squabbling of siblings, the shrill sirens of the guards. Two forms race headlong into the water, their joy splashing up around them. They skip among the waves and dive beneath the swells. Dolphins reveling in the buoyant pleasures of water. Rolled cuffs slowly traverse the shore, stooping to appraise a shell, gather up beach glass. The sun-bleached sky deepens into sapphire with a stirring of white along the horizon. As the sun's heat fades and softens and umbrellas are drawn, limp towels shaken and squared, damp books retrieved, the tide edges homeward once more. A perfect summer's day draws to an end." End quote. Good night. Sweet dreams. I'm Don Jackson.